Abraham.
Yeah.
Abraham had 12. And that was a fact. But I believe you also experienced this thing we call boredom in marriage. There is no way you'll come and make me understand. Okay, the bigger selections of partners that we are getting here in nowadays, it is quite annoying. Because I think they have not.
Okay, whatever. To the next point, about supporting polygamy. Polygamy is leading to the spread of diseases such as HIV. You marry 5 wives and you're still cheating. So, I am giving examples because they are the ones who practice polygamy. You find in the area HIV equal at a high rate compared to the communities that are monogamous. The other thing is, monogamy gives you peace of mind. You don't have many wives disturbing you. You cannot agree mnasemanga women are stubborn. Hata sasa hivi mnasema fear women. Kama mnasema fear women, that means you cannot handle one woman. What about 5 women? No, so I want to give this one a chance to say his points.
Again, don't be mistake. Nilikuwa nataka kuuliza in this house. Ni mwanamke gani sasa hivi mwenye ako kwa relationship na ako na kama huyu? By show of hands. By show. 10 girls.
Yes. Are you sure you don't have?
Are you sure?
That's why we are proposing the
Mr. Speaker, this is a question I want to ask you those who have raised their hands. Do you manage those guys? Do you know how to manage those guys? By the matter of financial status, like, mnaweza kuwakili vizuri.
Let me correct you. He has asked us question. I'm only asking to correct you. You have asked if we are able to handle that.
Yes.
Let me correct you. This is dating and not marriage.
Okay.
So when it comes to marriage, you should be very ready to handle them financially and emotionally. You have the capacity by then. But now we are dating.
Na kama okay, umesema kama una date wasichana wako 10, hivyo sasa hivi. Okay, hiyo time yenu hiyo time ya kuoa, utaweza tu kumanage kama saa hii unasema huwezi manage.
Mr. Speaker, can he confirm that he has no more than 10 girlfriends in his phone?
I'm talking on the basis of
why is this one speaking? This one is speaking.
No, you. He is the one who has just
I'm talking on the basis of
He's asking
Propose us to listen. Yeah, from the onset, I am supporting polygamy with all my internal and external body parts. Because I'm a proud product of polygamy and rigorously practicing it. Therefore, first, I think through polygamy, it has enabled many families to bear children. For instance, it is biblical that Abraham and his wife Sarah, they were unable to get a child. And it's only through Hagar, whereby they got a son who was called Ishmael. Therefore, this is the modern day now. I found myself in an union whereby my partner is unable or she's barren. Therefore, I think I could advocate, and I'm still advocating and championing polygamy. The second point is only through polygamy whereby we can impact good social morals. Through polygamy, we can discourage these funny characters called LGBTQ. Why am I saying so? When we're not practicing polygamy, we have high chances of entertaining same-sex marriages. Are we together? Finally, but not the least, there's the issue and a very critical aspect of called shared wealth. For example, which is very recent, Magoa only had one wife, which is not known to me, and he also had only a son. If he could have practiced polygamy, according to me, there could be shared wealth across the generations of his children. Thank you very much.
Mr. Speaker, sir, for this honorable opportunity. I stand here to propose the motion that goes by yeah, exactly. First of all, for just a minute.
45 seconds.
You still have your 20 seconds?
No, not 20 seconds. Yeah, I support polygamy because most institutions of marriage which are based under monogamy have resulted to a lot of single parents. And you can bear me witness. The girls here are the ones who always say that men are dogs and fear women. Yeah, and they're the casualties of single parenthood.
No.
If people are polygamous, you won't find a woman who doesn't have a husband. Therefore, the resultant children will have a father. Also, when I go out there and impregnate a woman, I'll be given an opportunity to marry the lady, and therefore, that child will not be called a bastard, but he will have a father.
And I'll start by asking whether you have an analyst on a debate. A debate, you're not supposed to answer question or ask each other question from one side. I'll say this. I'll start by saying what my proposer has said.
I think it is only that you are in discipline because you can set the rules. Yes.
Hope you have paused my time.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I will continue, Mr. Speaker, sir. The question, he has said that in a polygamous marriage, the reason why people are single parents is because we have not gone with monogamy family. But I think the reason why people are single parents is because you men were given the chance to be polygamous, but you are not able to take care of your children. That's why they are not. Okay, so I'll say this. For a stable family, you have to take care of your wife. And because we are not able to take care of your wife, that's why we are in the street calling ourselves single parents. Another thing, Mr. Speaker, sir, there are so many diseases that are called, there are so many diseases that are out there because of having a polygamy family. Reason being, if you allow you to be polygamous, I myself should be allowed to be polyandrous, to be allowed to marry different men. Hi. Mr. Speaker, sir, my final point is that people are fighting, families are killing themselves because of boundaries. Why are they killing themselves because of boundaries? Because this family won't be given a land because they are entitled to a certain man, right? Yes. So I'm here to say this. Let our men be disciplined. They can marry one wife, give them even if they want 13 children. Not having 1,000 wives to give them children. I can give an example. If I can give birth to 13 children, why do you want to have one wife giving you one child? So what I'm trying to say is, let us be monogamy and give birth to many children, not having different wives giving you different children. Thank you.
You said the reason why you want.
Mr. Speaker,
But my words as a respectable woman, I will address him as a...
On our member.
Okay, yes. So you were telling me to call him an intellectual.
Exactly.
If he was actually an intellectual, he would know that right now there is science and there is technology. There is something called test tube babies. There is something called surrogate mothers. So if your beautiful wife cannot get kids, you should have money to go and afford a surrogate mother or a test tube baby. The next point, okay, my friend here asked you how many of you have 10 girlfriends. I was very, I don't even know how to say it, that you can actually raise your hand. That even shows you're not even ashamed of yourself. How do you raise your hand to show that you're immoral? Where are your morals?
Always, okay. Mr. Speaker, sir, these honorable members in the gender category of female always like to compare to ourselves academically. But in the intellectual balance, they are village salads.
I'm asking a very simple question. What is that thing salad there?
Mr. Speaker,
It's a poor academic dwarfs.
He should take back his word.
Listen. Mr. Speaker, sir. As you all know, Mr. Speaker, sir, you all know that the darker the berry,
The sweeter the juice.
exactly. And you know, a cock. No, let me teach you some theory now. There is a theory called the cock chicken theory. You can only understand that if you only read it. Why do I say that? The reason as to why you have many chicks is because the cock is able to explore in many hens. Let me ask. Where is? Oh, no, he's not here. Mr. Speaker, sir, as you all know now, you are seeing the big men of the world. Maybe it's say like Bernard Arnault, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Yes, they had wives. Wives, yeah. But nowadays, they have many girlfriends. Why, Mr. Speaker? Why, Mr. Speaker? Why? The reason is because we men, we are categorical. We cannot be satisfied by one woman.
That is
That is not lust. We have a variety of choices of sex. You need to understand that. The wider and deeper the swimming pool, the better the swim. Mr. Speaker, wisdom.
So I think, Mr. Speaker, this man, in short, what he was trying to say is that we are dealing with the honorable members who are on the opposite side, but they are, in terms of academics, they are just academic orphans.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker.
Because they are not.
Order members. What is academic orphan?
Mr. Speaker, I think, Mr. Speaker, you have given me 3 interacted minutes. I think I have 2 minutes. I want to address on this issue of cheating. Yeah, because most of the cases where we have monogamous marriages, that's where we are experiencing cheating in that marriage. Mr. Speaker, people who have multiple partners have lower incentive to cheat on their partners. Why do I say that? Because, in fact, if you have big selection of different partners, you will not feel too much urge to go out and find other partners to satisfy you sexually. Another thing, instead, you can just stay at home and choose the partner you want to spend time with according to your preferences. If you have multiple wives, you will not have that urge to go and cheat, because it is just a matter of staying home, putting maybe some cold brew and choose the partner you want to spend your time with. So, through monogamous marriage, I think that's where cheating comes. And that's where you feel, or you see most of the marriages that are involving monogamous marriage, the marriage ended up being broken because people are cheating. So you are cheating. Instead, I prefer people to get involved in polygamous marriage, because you will not have that urge to go and cheat on your partner, since if one goes you have the preference to go and spend the rest of the time with others. Thank you, Mr. Silenza.
I stand here to oppose the notion that there should be polygamous marriage. There is lack of intimacy with the spouse, in the basis that the man has to be able to satisfy his several wives. Also, life in polygamy, right now things have changed. And during that time, wealth was measured in terms of cows, wealth was measured in terms of the acres of land that we have. Right now, we don't have even spaces to give to our own 2 children in a family. So I refuse and say that there should be no polygamy marriage in this generation. The terms that men cannot be able to take care of their several children. That means that we have brought up a generation where some of the children were left out on that the man could not be able to take care of maybe 5 children from one wife to the other 5 children to the other wife. That is a man having 20 kids. Some of them are left out. Even in the our guiding, in the book of Genesis 2 verses 18, Matthew 19:4-5 says that one man is made for one woman till death. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also said that there is unnecessary competition in polygamous marriage, lack of harmony, and also a sense of jealousy, which brings rivalry, leading to lack of peace in our homes, right? Mr. Speaker, sir, I also want to oppose that our marriage should be polygamous on the basis that we are measuring wealth right now in terms of our money. Right now, the economy does not allow a man to be having more than one wife and be able to support the children, more than 20 children, knowing that our living conditions have changed. Right now, men of today want to measure that, they want to say that they should have many wives. And remember that they don't have the money and the financial capability to take care of these wives. Right now, we are arguing with our men from campus. They want to say that they want to have 10 girlfriends. If I were to ask, where are your financial bases to support these 10 girlfriends? You don't have them. You should not be standing here and proposing something that you yourself cannot be able to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. You cooperate just like we have cooperated with you. 3 minutes are interrupted.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I want to add knowledge to my fellow compatriot and Harbour proposer, Kate. You said that marriage is about intimacy, but I want to correct you there. Women are more emotional than men. So if in a natural situation, after a sexual act, women will be attached. That's what we all know. A man is visual and logical in nature. There is no emotion involved. It's just a physical release that has got nothing to do with love. A man we all know a man loves his woman by protecting him and providing for her. For a man, physical and emotional are two different entities. Going back to my points, and I think after I'm done here, this debate will be over. I'm here to propose the motion that men are polygamous in nature. And we go. Sex is desired for one main purpose, procreation. Anything else is extra. Female reproductive cycle comes once around a month. And this is a research done by the WHO, World Health Organization, in 2005. So I'm here to debate on facts, talking pure facts. We have said female reproductive cycle comes around once a month. For a man, it's every day. In a sexual act, a woman, one egg is matched by 120 million sperm cells. And let's do some calculation. My humble and educated compatriots oppose us. 120 million sperm cells a day, every day, as opposed to one egg a month, every month, means assuming all cells are viable, it will only take 30 men to impregnate all women in the world. This point, this points to one clear fact. A man is by nature polygamous. Monogamous and fidelity, I believe, are natural situations promulgated by religious beliefs and social pressures. And I rest my case.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to oppose. The proposals mostly have male chauvinism. You only see the benefits of polygamy to the men. And what is the benefit of polygamy to the women? We talk about sexual gratification to the men. How do we get satisfied if we are in a polygamy? Someone said that when you're in a polygamy, LGBTQ will be reduced. That's not true. I think it will even increase. Because I, as a woman, if my husband is going to another lady, and we are probably 5 wives, meaning I will go to the other lady who is also in need. So LGBTQ will rise.
Conflict of interest.
I'm just saying that proposers are only talking about males, about polygamy being an advantage to them. But then it is a disadvantage to the women, and that is not acceptable.
Speaker, sir, I will talk about the economy, where some countries have, like for example, Iraq and Malaysia, have banned the marriage of polygamy or having more than 2 children in their country. That means the economy these days has risen compared to the old time where we only measured economy with having different children. Another thing, they say that according to the Bible, we are allowed to have different women and it will reduce the immorality. According to Solomon, we all know who was wise, had 300 wives and 700 concubines, meaning he was not satisfied by having different wives, and he was among the people who are causing the morality. So I would say this, were those women satisfied? It's a question. Higher. According to David in the Bible, he had different wives, and he went on and having another wife, having his eyes having another wife. Alienda akamwangalia, akaona macho yake, akamuona mahali. That means he was not satisfied. That meaning you men who are asking for polygamous, should go and think about, those who are saying polygamous will solve the immorality, should go and think about their own morals and then come to tell us that polygamous will help in immorality. Instead, you should mind and having one wife and have eyes on him, on her alone, that will solve the immorality and will solve the diseases that all of us are curing. For example, the cancers. According to the statistics, men, testis cancer is more compared to cervix cancer. Meaning, these men are sleeping with different wives. They are not satisfied. They are not morally upright. So what am I trying to say is, what I'm trying, it can be transmitted sexually. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say is, you are disturbing my needs. What I'm trying to say is, polygamous will bring more moral problems which will not be able to solve. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Once more. So just to educate my sister here, it is protest cancer, not justice cancer. I've never So allow me to continue very fast. A man is naturally a donor, and for us to fulfill God's commandment of filling the world, I think we can only achieve that through polygamous. Why am I saying this? It is only through polygamy that we had the 44th president of the United States of America, Barack Obama. It is also through polygamy that we had our retired president, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Therefore, I want also to remind my sister that she said that we can practice these test tube babies. I think it is a little bit in order because God has given us an opportunity to bear children the natural way. I want just to highlight some of the disorders that test tube babies are usually birthed with. For example, there's these issues of bipolar. It is only through these births that we experience such, plus other deficiency. And last but not least, I think it is high time, as young men of this country, we should also practice polygamy, so that at least we can earn back the respect of our grandfathers, which has been lost with the modern day, a little bit educated women. Thank you very much.
Sir, thank you for giving me this chance, and I would like to contrary oppose to what Honorable Lady here has just said. You see, just in Malaysia, they are just banning polygamy. Is it? Or what are you? Something like that, something kind. But let me tell her, we are African, and Africa is our business. Look, in Eritrea, the government is jailing men for not marrying more than one wife. 2, this Honorable Speaker, these fellow ladies here, are basing their knowledge mostly on the Bible. And let me now tell them, we are intellectuals, we have read the Bible, the Quran, and the laws of the Jews. Look, it is in this regard, Mr. Speaker, that I say, in the Quran, a Muslim is allowed to marry 4 or 5 wives. Look, let's go to the Jews' law. You don't need to visit Israel to know that the Jews are allowed to marry 3 wives. Now look, the concept of one soulmate for everyone is flawed in polygamy anyway. Don't you know that humans in nature are polygamous? Starting with you ladies first. Have you forgotten that the Western countries are using religion to manipulate Africans? The whites themselves are polygamous, but they want Africans to be monogamous. Can't you see the essence of wisdom in this facts? So it is in this regard that, Mr. Speaker, I want to demolish this by saying ladies should have a wide variety of knowledge as they oppose this motion on the issue of monogamy and polygamy.
Polygamous because you cannot satisfy us. That is why we are going to look for other men. So if you men decided to settle on one woman, she would be satisfied and should not be going to look for other men. So you should concentrate on your own job. Yes. That was my only answer. You satisfy us and we're not going to be polygamous.
And also,
A total of 7 minutes.
7 minutes, so that you can.
7 minutes.
Yes.
3 to the team, 2 to the men.
3 to there. Yeah, you may start.
Conversant with the constitution now, it's a Kenyan by law. If you stay with a lady for more than 6 months, then you're allowed to be legally in a union. This is in the sense that if you have a wife and if you have another lady who you've been seeing or dating for that period of time, then it has enhanced and increased polygamous union. Naturally, we are all animals. And if cocks can have several chickens who mate together, then I think they cannot be wise than men, because men must have options. And also, just to highlight that, I think it is immoral for women to think that they can demand to be given that chance of practicing polyandry. It's men who are the supreme beings after God. Because women were made after us. And they must be submissive, always, as it is in the Bible. Lastly, but not the least, it's only through polygamy that we shall unite our societies, and also authority and respect shall be cascaded downwards into the family sector. Thank you very much.
So personally, I support polygamy because I want to pursue my career. Sitaki niko job nakimbia kuosha vyombo. So I want to go and do my PhD in China or somewhere. Jacinta over there is taking care of my husband at home.
Thank you for this chance. I would like actually to comment on something some other fellow there said about satisfaction, where if a man is only allowed to have one woman and you don't want me to have some practice with, so I need to do some exercise so that I can play the game easy. So when this madam says that maybe she might be boring in bed, okay? So I will need to maybe spice things up from other reliable sources. Then on the point about LGBTQ and stuff, there is no need to go to the other lady. We can have that group thing they call, okay? Thank you. Yeah, we can have that and maybe everybody will be happy. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I want to conclude this motion from the opposer's side by saying that in polygamy marriage, that there is no mental health, basis on one of the spouses will be treated poorly and one will be treated better. There is inheritance issues. Right now, people don't even have enough income to provide to leave enough inheritance for the children. This will bring up a lot of rivalry. Let me remind you, there will be a lot of tension in polygamous marriage because of the competition. and the loneliness which comes as one wife will be abandoned and the other one will be looked at. I'm also going to say that you men are asking for submission. The Bible says that as a man, as the head, you should love your wife. As a man, you should not be asking for submission when you yourself you cannot love your wife enough. That love is on the basis of commitment, looking after your wife, providing and taking care of everyone in the family. If you cannot be able to take care of the children in your own home, then you should not be asking for polygamous marriage. In conclusion, we ladies are opposing on the basis that there is no harmony in a polygamous marriage.
I take this chance to oppose the notion that more than men should be polygamous.
Let us give her a chance.
So I take this chance to oppose the motion that more than men should be polygamous. One reason why I am opposing is because men, currently more than men, most of them are not financially stable, which results to them not being able to cater for their many families which you men are claiming to have. And the other reason why I am opposing is due to jealousy, which comes among many ladies, resulting to violence, which results to harm in our society.
The speaker is also response the same.
Unaona wenye ameongea? Okay.
Refer to them.
Because
refer to them as
honorable member. Some of men here.
Say we men.
You are 10 seconds. Okay. So,
Mr. Speaker, sir.
10 seconds.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
So I want.
Can you confirm that you're not talking about the experiences?
Because most of you here are supporting polygamy, but you can't even fund it. Polygamy is not something that you can do. It's an organization. You as the head, you are supposed to fund both families. But most of you here can't even fund your girlfriends for next year. So I'm opposing it because monogamy is something that at least it shows us tradition. It brings the tradition from all of us. But polygamy, you adopt from the Western culture, but most of you can't even fund your own.
I think that point.
I have seen that most of our ladies are opposing polygamy based on two facts. One, lack of harmony, and one man. Lack of harmony. Lack of harmony. No, that was a dandy. That was sweetheart. Based on two facts. One, lack of harmony in the home, and two, lack of finances. So I want to pose this question. No, let me pose this question. If today I assumed role as Uhuru Kenyatta, and I asked for your hand in marriage as a second wife, will you agree? No. Why not? And you have based all your facts, all your facts on money. Number two, I want to give you examples of people who have thrived in their careers as second wives. One, Sabina Wanjiru Washege, Kate Waruguru, and Yvonne Okwara, as second wives. Go confirm. She is married as a second wife.
We can get some knowledge from those materials or journals that we read. When you look at when you read the Chinua Achebe and Gogewa Thiongo, Chinua Achebe, that is the arrow of God, and things fall apart, and the other one for Thiongo, I don't know what to call it. Now, when you see the polygamous was supported in that book because to support what you call the tyranny of numbers. And you can see it was to reinforce the tyranny of numbers. But in the contemporary society, we still have that racial discrepancies between the female and male. So, however, I support these people. They say if you are not in a position to fund that polygamous, so why should we have it? But if you have, you can. For me, you can have it. Okay. So the other thing, let me ask a rhetoric question. Allow me to ask a very rhetoric question. Does monogamy control infidelity, or rather, does it promote or does it reduce infidelity? Monogamy. I think it doesn't reduce. For my case, I'm sure I have seen people who are in a polygamous marriage and still they are cheating. No, they are in polygamous, but they are still cheating. So monogamy cannot. I don't think it's something to stop infidelity. Finally, I'll say about there is a point that you brought up about the population, or rather that polygamous, it brings about it increases the diseases, the STIs. I'm sure we are very sensitive when it comes to responsibility. How do you have a wife, or rather, how do you go to sleep with a wife without knowing their status? So for me, that is a lot of recklessness. For me, I'll say that. So as a polygamous person, you need to be very cautious. So for me, I neither support nor oppose this motion, but it's a good debate. And next time, maybe probably when you have this, you can try to be a little bit rational. We don't have a lot of emotions, such kind of things. I followed that from the start, but I like the ideas. But we need to a little bit contain ourselves so that it doesn't resort to some kind of fight. So thank you so much, and maybe meet next time. Thank you so much.
Basically on the point that I've laid here, as far as you are able to support your many wives, you can be allowed to have as many as you can, right? So I think the proposals have it.
As many as the opinion say, as many as the contrary to the opinion say, Abraham. Yeah. Abraham helped God, and that was a fact. But I believe you also experience this thing we call boredom in marriage. There is no way you'll come and make me understand. Okay, the bigger selection of partners that we are getting here in nowadays, it is quite annoying. That is how it is. I think they have not.